Imagine this moment. You are standing in a crowded store. Bright lights, shiny screens. People around you are holding phones, touching them, testing them, comparing prices. On one table, you see an iPhone. On another table, you see a Samsung Galaxy. Both are beautiful. Both are expensive. Both promise to change your life. But suddenly, a quiet question appears in your mind. Why do people love Apple so deeply? And why does Samsung seem to be everywhere, always trying something new? Is it real innovation? Or is it powerful marketing? Today, we are not just comparing phones. We are entering a story about ambition, creativity, competition, and how ideas change the world. Welcome to English Avenue. Let's begin. Let's travel back in time. The year is 1976. In a small garage in California, two young men are working late at night. The air smells like dust and electronics. Their names are Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. They are not rich. They are not famous. But they have one strong belief. Technology should be simple. Technology should feel human. At that time, computers were cold machines. Big, complicated, scary. Only experts could use them. But Steve Jobs looked at computers and asked a different question. What if anyone could use this? That question became the heart of Apple. Apple was never only about products. It was about emotion. It was about experience. It was about identity. When you bought an Apple product, you were not just buying a machine. You were buying a feeling of creativity, a feeling of being different, a feeling of being part of something special. And this idea would change everything. Now, let's move across the ocean. We arrive in South Korea in 1938. Samsung did not start with phones. Not even close. Samsung started as a small trading company, selling fish, selling noodles, selling basic goods. Its founder, Lee Byung-chul, believed in something very powerful. Grow fast. Learn faster. Never stop improving. Over time, Samsung entered textiles, insurance, construction, and electronics. Samsung did not dream like a poet. Samsung planned like an engineer. While Apple focused on beauty and emotion, Samsung focused on scale, speed, and technology. Samsung asked a different question. How can we make this better, faster, and for more people? And that question also changed the world. Now let's jump forward. The year is 2007. Steve Jobs walks onto a stage holding a small black device. He smiles. This, he says, is the iPhone. No keyboard. A touch screen. Simple design. Smooth movements. People are shocked. At that moment, Apple did not invent the smartphone. But Apple reimagined it. Apple didn't win because it had the most features. Apple won because it told a story. A story where technology disappears, and the user becomes the hero. Samsung watched closely. Very closely. Samsung did not try to copy Apple's story. Instead, Samsung asked, how can we do more? Bigger screens. More cameras. More customization. Faster charging. Foldable phones. Samsung became the company of experiments. Some ideas failed. Some ideas succeeded. But Samsung never stopped moving. When Apple released one phone a year, Samsung released many. Different sizes, different prices, different needs. Samsung wanted to be everywhere. And in many ways, it succeeded. Now let's pause for a moment. Imagine two restaurants. One restaurant has a small menu. Everything is carefully prepared. Beautiful plates. Soft music. That's Apple. The other restaurant has a big menu. Many choices. Fast service. Something for everyone. That's Samsung. Which one is better? The answer depends on you. And that's where the real lesson begins. People often say, Apple is marketing. Samsung is innovation. But reality is more complex. Apple does innovate. But slowly. Carefully. Only when the experience feels perfect. Samsung innovates fast. Sometimes too fast. Sometimes messy. But often brave. Think about this. Apple removed the headphone jack. People were angry. Samsung laughed. Then Samsung removed it too. Why? Because Apple didn't just change hardware. Apple changed behavior. That is marketing power. But it is also strategic thinking. Now let's talk about language, not just technology. Apple speaks in simple sentences. This changes everything. It just works. Think different. Short. Clear. Emotional. Samsung speaks in information. 108 megapixel camera. 120 Hz display. Fastest processor. Detailed. Technical. Logical. Which language do you understand more easily? Which language do you feel more deeply? This is an important question, not only for phones, but for life. Think about your own dreams. Do you want to create something beautiful and focused, like Apple? Or something powerful and flexible, like Samsung? Neither is wrong. Success has many faces. Apple teaches us the power of vision. Samsung teaches us the power of persistence. Apple shows us how stories move people. Samsung shows us how effort builds empires. There is another quiet truth. Apple controls its world tightly. Hardware, software, services. Samsung lives in open systems. Android, partnerships, variety. Control brings stability. Freedom brings creativity. Again, balance. So, innovation or marketing power? The honest answer is both. Apple is a master storyteller with strong innovation. Samsung is a fearless innovator with strong marketing. They push each other. They challenge each other. And because of that, we win. Better phones. Better ideas. Better future. Now, one last question for you. When you choose a phone, are you choosing technology? Or are you choosing a story about who you are? Take a moment. Think about it. Because understanding this choice is not just about English. It's about understanding the world around you. And when you understand the world, your English becomes stronger naturally. Thank you for watching English Avenue. Keep learning. Keep thinking. Keep growing.